Good morning, everyone. In the previous session of Global HRD, I was explaining about the system concept of HRD. So in the previous session, I have already explained almost all the points, and there are only 2 points which I have left in the previous session and which I am going to first discuss in this session. So after completing system concept of HRD, I will move on to a new topic, that is views on HRD by various authors. This simply means that how different authors have described HRD and in what context they have described. So that I am going to explain today. So first of all, as you all can see on the screen, that these are the various systems of system concept: performance appraisal, potential appraisal, and development. So these are the various systems, or we can say the subsystems of the HRD. So in the previous session, I have already explained till organizational development. So the next point that is a part of system concept is employee welfare and quality of work life. Now, consider yourself as an employee and you are working in an organization. You want the organization to give something you in terms of in the form of some kind of benefits, facilities, and services. Now this will encourage you to work in a better way. This will encourage you to improve your performance, and this is also extremely necessary to provide a proper working condition, healthy working condition to the employees. Now each and every employee must get what they are supposed to get from the job in order to have a proper standard of living. So it simply means that it is an effort to maintain the lives worth living. Means the amount of money the company is giving to the employees, the benefits, the facilities, and what are the various services given by the organization to the employees is extremely necessary to have a proper living, to survive in the society. So these are the basic elements or basic necessities which every organization must give to their employees. So that is employee welfare. They need to understand, they need to consider the welfare of the employees from various point of view, from various angles. And by considering that, they can provide different types of facilities and benefits to the employees. So these facilities and benefits are actually given to increase the standard of living of the employees, so that they can have a better living, they can have a life where their needs and requirements are fulfilled. So these employee welfare, the benefit schemes, and the different types of facilities and services actually helps the employee to have a better standard of living. Okay, now what is quality of work life? Now when you're working in an organization, you always want to become part of an organization which provides you a healthy working condition. Okay, so quality of working life not only means only providing proper working condition, healthy working environment, it also means providing various opportunities to the employees so that they can move ahead in their career, so that they can achieve or they can get success in their career. So that is very important. Now being an employee, they want a proper working condition, they want proper opportunities, and with that they want different kinds of other things like proper cooperation from the colleagues, from the superiors, good leadership. All these things will help a particular employee to develop himself or herself. So that is the quality of working life. The amount of time they're spending in an organization, improving the quality of those hours is actually called the quality of work life. So the organization needs to put some effort to increase the quality of the hours that the employees provided to the organization, that employees spend within the organization, by providing various opportunities, various benefits, and different elements which will help the employees to become more and more successful, which will help the employees to develop themselves. So that is employee welfare and quality of work life. The next point is human resource information system, or you can also call it as HRIS. Okay, now with the increase in competition, involvement of technology, improvement of technology, the technology is getting advanced on a daily basis. Every day something new, some kind of new technology is introduced. Now in this present scenario, the information regarding the human resource, needs to be properly maintained within the organization. Proper records of the employees in terms of the day they have joined the organization, how well they have performed, the reports of their performance appraisal, everything needs to be properly maintained and stored so that it can be retrieved at any point of time during the time of requirement. So that's why in order to maintain proper record of the employees, record of their performance, record of what kind of training they have achieved. So for that reason, every organization must have a human resource information system. They must create an information system. First of all, they have to store all the information and data regarding every employee working in the organization so that they can retrieve any kind of data at the time of requirement. So HRIS simply monitors, controls and influences the movement of employees from time of joining the organization until these employees are separated from the organization. So HRIS monitors, they controls and they also influence the movement of employees within the organization. Means it also keeps the records of the employees in terms of transfer, in terms of promotions or demotions. So how employees move within the organization, that kind of record is also maintained, and from time to time it is also updated from time to time. It simply means that the record of every employee is maintained from the date when an employee joins an organization till the time when the employee leaves the organization. All the information regarding each and every employee is maintained. Okay, so this information can be used in future for any purpose. For example, if they want to recruit someone and they want to hire the retired employees, so this can be a good source of recruitment. So because of many reasons, this information system can provide various various information in any kind of difficult situation or a situation where they need to consult their retired employees, or they want some of their employees who have left the organization back into the organization, they want them back into the organization, or they want to understand why an employee's performance is getting worse and worse, and why the performance is we can say it is some kind of downward graph, why an employee has that kind of performance graph. So these kind of information can be easily obtained from this information system. So these are the various subsystems of the system concept of HRD. So it simply means that HRD works as a system and it has many systems within it, and these systems are interrelated, interdependent, and they work in a coordinated manner. So if one of its subsystem does not perform well, it is not operated well, then the entire HRD system cannot work efficiently. So each and every part, each and every system is equally important for proper execution and functioning of the HRD. Clear? So this is all about the system concept of HRD. Now I am going to explain about views on HRD by various authors. Now, as you all know that HRD is considered to be one of the topics which have arisen recently. It's been in the organization from many years, but different kinds of terms were used for human resource development. Initially, as you all know that human resource were not treated like an asset to the organization. They were not they were treated like simply any other resource of the organization, any other factor of production. So so that was the initial thinking regarding human resource. But during the passage of time, after a lot of years, after many years, this concept has changed. The organization has actually valued the importance of human resource, to what extent they contribute to the organization. So in that point of view, they need to develop the human resource. So that's where this concept has evolved. Now, because it is considered a recent concept, it is also considered to be a systematic approach, because like I said, it is an entire system within which it has various subsystems. So it has to be implemented and operated in a proper planned manner. Without having a proper plan regarding HRD will not make this concept, will not make this approach successful. So it needs to be planned properly and needs to be implemented in a proper systematic manner. So this is a new concept. It is a systematic approach, and there is a lot of difference in opinion regarding the meaning or concept of HRD. Different authors have different point of view. Some authors have described HRD from the organizational point of view, how HRD is going to help the organization, to what extent HRD is beneficial to the organization. So they have explained in that point of view. Some authors have explained that how HRD is going to contribute in a global scenario, in the global market, and how it is useful in all over the organization, all over the world. Or some of the authors have explained this in some kind of political or social context. So every author has a different kind of description regarding HRD. So in this particular topic, we are going to discuss about various authors and in what context they have explained HRD. According to them, what they actually think about HRD. So we are going to simply discuss about the point of view of various authors who have knowledge regarding human resource, who have proper knowledge regarding HRD, and how they have explained a different angle of HRD. Okay, so the first author that we are discussing here is, first of all, we are going to discuss about the views on HRD by Leonard Nadler. Now, Leonard Nadler is the first person to coin the term human resource development. So, according to him, he described HRD in an organizational context. It simply means that how HRD is beneficial to the organization and what are the different ways where HRD can actually contribute towards the success of the organization. That was the point of view of Leonard Nadler. Okay. So in the year 1989, Nadler discussed that HRD has a long history. It has been used in organizations since many years. Till it simply means that the day or the time when the organization came into existence, from that point of time, HRD was there. But it was referred in different terms. It was mentioned in a different way. The concept of HRD was different. The term which was used to explain HRD was different. So according to him, HRD has a long history, but a different term was used for explaining HRD, and different concept of HRD was there. So according to him, HRD is an organized learning experience provided to the employees by the employers. So it simply means that it is a learning experience. HRD means development of the human resource. HR means human resource development. So it simply means that development of the employees by providing an organized learning experience. What is organized learning experience? The employers need to create a program through which employees will learn everything in a proper manner, in a proper sequence, so that they can apply this learning in their job. Okay, so that's why it is an organized learning experience. First of all, the employees need to be taught what they are supposed to do on the job. That is the training aspect. Every employee needs to learn why they are appointed in the organization and what are the tasks and activities they are supposed to do on the job. So they need to learn that first. Clear? And then they are supposed to get knowledge regarding the various aspects of the job. What are the future aspects of the job, means in near future, to what extent they can get promotion or they can get into a higher position. So that is a systematic experience or systematic planned program which helps the employees to attain or to gain knowledge. Okay, so this is an organized learning experience provided to the employees by the employers. within a specific time period. Now, every kind of program, every kind of training session, development session must be operated within a specific time period. You cannot give an employee a time of 1 year, 2 year or 5 year to simply learn some of the basic things. So whatever thing the organization wants their employees to learn, they must set a time frame. Within that time frame, the employees are supposed to be taught about these things, and they are supposed to learn and understand everything within that time period only. So only after that only this learning process will become effective. Clear? Because if certain time limit is not fixed, employees will take more and more time to even understand a simple thing. So that will increase the overall cost of the training program, development program. The operations will be hampered. So it will lead to many kinds of consequences which are not in favor, which will not be in the favor of the organization. So whatever things are taught to the employees must be provided within a specific time period, and to bring the possibility of performance improvement and personal growth. Because within that time period, if the employees learn those things, it will lead to improvement in their performance, it will lead to personal growth. You cannot say that I'm going to study a subject and for that particular subject I'm going to take around 5 years. That is not possible, because as a student you have to complete around 6 or 7 subjects within the period of 1 year. So that increases your performance, that increases your knowledge, and it helps you to grow on a personal level in terms of your knowledge, in terms of experience. So according to Nadler, HRD is an organized learning experience which is provided by the employers to the employees within a specific time period, and within that time period they are provided different kinds of training and development session which will have the possibility of improvement in performance of the employees, and it will also lead in the personal growth of the employees. So that is the point of view of Leonard Nadler. And he also emphasized on the fact that HRD needs to be a planned activity. You cannot implement HRD until and unless you have planned in advance. What are the steps which we are going to follow? The step-by-step process of HRD needs to be formulated first and then implemented. Okay. Now here he has also mentioned that there are around three phases of HRD, that is training, education and development. So like I said, training means an employee needs to learn first what he or she is supposed to do on the job for which he or she is appointed. You are appointed on a job of a clerk, so you need to understand what are the tasks and activities you are supposed to perform. That is the training. Education means increasing the level of your knowledge which is going to help you in your near future to get some kind of promotion or something. And development means overall development of the employees, which is going to help the employee in his or her entire career. So these are the three phases of development, and this is the systematic phase in which an employee needs to be trained or developed. So this is the point of view of Nadler. Clear? Now we are going to discuss the point of view of Phil Herbert. Now Phil Herbert emphasized on basic factors like technological system, social structure, and resulted psychosomatic disorder. Psychosomatic disorder. So basically, Phil Herbert has also mentioned that he explained HRD in organizational context. How does HRD is going to help the organization? And in the explanation of the HRD, he used three important factors: technological system, social structure, and resulted psychosomatic disorder. Now, first of all, technology is very important. They have to create a system based on the technology so that each and every function, each and every program which is created for the development and training of the employees will give proper and good result. Then a social structure. Social structure here means that social system here means that social structure here means that they need to provide them a proper environment where employees can learn and grow. See, if you want to learn something, first of all, training, the program, the steps, what are the things that you are going to learn, what is the sequence of those learning program, that is important. But at the same time, you need to have a proper structure within which you will get opportunity to learn things. That is also very important. Without proper climate, without suitable climate, suitable environment, it won't create that kind of enthusiasm within the employees to learn something. So they need to create a social structure where employees can interact with each other, they can interact with the trainers and socialize with them, and at the same time they can learn a lot of things which is going to benefit them as well as the organization. And third aspect which he considered is that resulted psychosomatic disorder. Now here it simply, he actually means that there are certain kinds of issues or certain kinds of diseases which not only affects the body of a person, but it also affects the mental health of a person. So I'll give an example. If a person is suffering from a disease, a physical disease, but it will not only affect the body of the person, it will also have some kind of mental stress on the person. The person will keep on thinking whether will I be able, whether I'll be ever able to do things in a normal way, or is my life is going to be normal again. They come under various types of stress and tensions. So according to him, certain kinds of physical problems may lead to mental problems also, mental stress also. So according to him, these are the three factors which play a very important role in human resource development. So like I said, that he has also described HRD in organizational context, but he focused on both the mental and physical health of the employees. So according to him, an employee, a human being, the performance of the human being will be influenced if the person if the person is not in right mental condition. So in this case, the person's quality of performance and the output, both of the factors will be affected. Now consider employees going through some kind of physical problem, physical disease, or any kind of disorder. So that will put pressure in his or her mind, and this kind of mental and physical problem will it will be reflected in the performance of the employees, and it will be reflected in the output of the employees, what kind of output the employee is actually giving. It will be reflected in the behavior and attitude of the employee also. So according to him, it is not only necessary to give them training and all that, but the organization must do something to reduce the level of stress, reduce the level of anxiety the employees face due to various conditions, various physical problems, various types of mental stress and all that. So he focused on the thing that there are three important factors which every organization must consider if they want to introduce HRD. So according to him, HRD must include these three factors, because physical training, providing them knowledge, that is the basic thing. But taking care of the mental and physical health of the employee is equally important to maintain the quality and quantity of output, and also maintain better behavior and attitude from the employees. Okay. So in this diagram, you can see that there are three aspects: technological system, social structure, and resulted psychosomatic disorder. So these are the three aspects which are related to each other. They are actually related to each other, and to what extent they affect? Technological system and social structure, they affect the product quality and quantity. See, if you're working in an organization, working in an industry, and the organization does not have proper technology, does not have a social structure where employees can learn, employees can perform better, that will that will affect the quality of the product and quantity of the product that they are producing. Obviously, if the machineries are not good, they are using outdated technology, their production will be behind, much behind than the other competitors. So that may be the reason. But the resultant psychosomatic disorder will be reflected in the interpersonal and intergroup conflict. When people does not have proper health condition, where people are under a lot of stress, where people do not trust each other, it will definitely lead to various types of conflict, interpersonal and intergroup conflicts. And these conflicts will simply hamper the organization's performance. So this model clearly says that HRD is not only about development of human resource, it is also about having a proper system, technological system for making the work of the employees easy, creating a social structure within which the employees can learn in a better way, so that the product quality and quantity can be maintained. And at the same time, maintaining a proper physical and mental health of the employees, reducing their stress, so that it will decrease the number of conflicts within the organization. So this is the approach, this is the explanation of Phil Herbert regarding HRD. This is his point of view regarding HRD. Okay. Now I am going to explain the point of view or the views by T.V. Rao. Now T.V. Rao is a person who introduced HRD, who explained HRD in Indian context, who also has mentioned how HRD is important for Indian organization. So according to him, he believed that HRD is a process. It is a step-by-step process. It is a continuous process. And he also mentioned HRD in an organizational context, that to what extent this HRD is going to benefit the organization. So that is the approach of T.V. Rao regarding human resource development. So according to T.V. Rao, HRD is a process through which employees are helped by providing them opportunity to acquire and sharpen their knowledge, their skills, their ability and their potential. So here he simply means that HRD is a process which helps the employees to improve and acquire knowledge. It also helps them to sharpen their capabilities, potentials by learning a lot of things, by going through various development and training programs. And these opportunities are provided by the organization to the employees. So they can develop themselves from various aspects. They can develop themselves not only for the purpose of a single job, but they can develop themselves in order to become successful in their career, in order to learn more and more things. So that is the approach, or that is the, we can say that point of view of T.V. Rao. Okay. So T.V. Rao also focused that HRD helps the employees to develop their potentials, develop their capability. It makes the employees aware about their own potentials. It helps employees to understand their hidden potentials and how they can improve these potentials so that they can become successful. And the last point that he described is that it also helps the organization to develop an organizational culture. Now, according to him, HRD from the organization point of view needs to provide various opportunities to the employees so that they can acquire knowledge, they can improve their skills, improve their potentials. But at the same time, organization needs to provide a proper culture, a proper organizational culture and a climate where they can implement and execute HRD, where employees can get the environment within which they can learn in a better way. So providing training program is not enough. They need to provide an environment within which the employees will feel encouraged to learn something. They will have more enthusiasm to learn something new, to improve themselves, to develop themselves. So this is the approach of T.V. Rao. So according to T.V. Rao, HRD must benefit the employees, must provide them the opportunity to learn and develop. At the same time, HRD must also be HRD must also be in such a way that it creates an organizational culture so that it helps the employees to develop in a better way. So this is the point of view of TVRA. Now I'm going to explain another point of view, views by McLean and McLean. Okay. So in the year 2001, McLean and McLean, they offered a new global definition regarding HRD. Means what should be the actual concept and meaning of HRD in a global way, which can be applied in any organization, being a part of any country. So that was his approach. It was their approach regarding HRD. So according to them, HRD is a process or an activity that either initially or over a long run has potential to develop adult work-based knowledge, expertise, and productivity satisfaction. So this statement simply means that HRD is a process or an activity which may help the employees in the initial stage, and it may also help the employees on a long run. And help the employees in what way? Way of developing their potentials, developing the work-based knowledge, what they are learning through their work. See, suppose you're doing a job, you need to have some kind of knowledge regarding your job. So HRD actually increases the knowledge that you have regarding your job. So that is work-based knowledge. When you do your job in a proper way, in a better way, you learn to do it in an efficient manner. So that increases your expertise, which will ultimately lead to increase in productivity. So when you are good at something, then when you are expert in doing something, your productivity will keep on increasing. And that kind of increase in productivity will get you appreciation from the organization, will get you rewards from the organization, which will ultimately lead to job satisfaction. So as an employee, when you're benefiting from human resource development approach by the way of developing your potentials, by the way of increasing your knowledge, expertise, and productivity, when all these things keep on happening, you will have certain kind of satisfaction because you're doing things in a better way, you're learning more and more things, you're developing yourself, you're increasing your knowledge, and this will definitely lead to job satisfaction. Now, this satisfaction or this increase in knowledge, expertise can be in the form of personal development, or you can also learn in a group or a team, which will ultimately benefit the organization, the employees, the community, nation, and ultimately the whole humanity. Now, you being an expert in one area, you will first of all help yourself, you will develop yourself, you will benefit yourself from your development, then you will benefit the organization, because if each and every employee working within the organization, if they are benefiting, if they are developing, if their productivity is increasing, so obviously the performance of the organization will increase, and now this performance will lead to success of the organization, which will contribute to the community and the nation by providing different types of products and services, by offering different types of jobs. Unemployment will decrease, so it will help the community as well as the nation, and ultimately the whole humanity. You being a better person, you will also have contribution towards the humanity. This is the approach of McLean and McLean. They have related HRD with not only organization, not only with the employee, but they have mentioned that HRD not only helps an employee or an organization, but at the same time it helps a community, it helps a nation, it helps the whole humanity. So that is this is their approach. Okay. Now, they have also mentioned that they have also focused on development of comprehensive, dynamic, and coordinated approaches for learning activities. Now, comprehensive means it must be in detail, it must be very flexible so that they can adapt to different kinds of changes, because the global environment is changing, the working environment is changing, the market is changing, technology is changing, political, legal, many things are changing. So HRD needs to be more dynamic to adapt to changes, to accept many changes, and it must be done in a coordinated manner. So everything will fall in the right place. So learning activities needs to be done in a coordinated manner, okay? So that the employees can learn and develop. Now, according to him, these learning activities should not be restricted within the organization. The employees must be given opportunity to go out and to learn from other organizations, other institutions, and bring the knowledge to the organization and give something new to the company. So according to them, this learning process should not restrict within the organization. It must be done in such a way that it not only benefits the employees, but it benefits all the stakeholders of the organization, whether they are creditors, whether they are customers, whether they are shareholders, whether they are general public or government. So this learning process should be done in such a way that the employees must learn from outside, must benefit all the stakeholders of the organization. So this is the point of view of, this is the view of HRD by McLean and McLean. Okay. So in this session, like I have said, I have explained about the views of HRD by various authors. So in this session, as I have explained, how these different authors have different opinion and all that. And in the next session, I'm going to explain about the other authors. There are various other authors, and I'm going to explain about their point of view and how they explain HRD from their point of view. So that's it for today. We will meet in the next session. Thank you.